And welcome back to the Geek Centurions. It's me, your boy Eli.
It's me, Joe.
And we
Hey,
got
it's
Daniel
Daniel.
back.
Hey, yeah, I'm
And
back.
hello, old friend. And so some of you guys might have noticed, if you don't follow us on Instagram or any of the social medias, we missed a week. And there's a reason for that. And, this is, if Daniel's around, that usually means one of two things. It's either something con related, anime related, or fighting game related. And it's all three technically, because where were we, Daniel?
We were in Las Vegas, partying out in Sin City at EVO.
Oh yeah, partying out. What was the one thing, and what was the main thing we were doing there, Joey?
We attended EVO, which is the one of if not the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. It probably had I think at least over 9,000 attendance.
Oh yes,
So
A little bit
yeah, it
more
was
around more than 10,000, I say.
I would
more
say
than 10,000. Yeah, probably
it,
right.
it, it fulfills the meme of over 9,000. Okay, we did it. We went over 9,000, guys. We did it. And yeah, so in a random event that we will say spurred of the moment, we all decided just to go to Evo. For those of you who don't know, we've been to a couple of tourneys here and there, but Evo was probably the biggest one we went to. Yes, it's in Las Vegas. We traveled to Vegas. We had a lot of fun getting there. Little scares here and there, but when we arrived onto Evo, uh, let's just say the smile on our faces never left the whole time.
Yeah, EVO. Like I said, it's like the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. It's kind of like one of those big moments things where you're like,
Yeah,
holy crap, this is you get to see all these famous players and pro players and all see all the
yeah.
excitement, the long lines and all this stuff, and
Oh
it's
my
like
god, the long lines.
yeah, and it's an interesting experience,
Yeah.
you know.
So the way we're gonna do this is that because of course not only is Evo a big fighting game tournament, but we also talk about reveals there, and some reveals caught our attention. And some of them were like, "Wait, they're doing that?" And some reveals, as Daniel will probably explain to you, is so insane that the fact that they're doing this can only mean us hope for the future.
Right. So, where you want to start out? Because I think I have a decent understanding of where to start.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah,
So on the anime fighter side, uh, French Bread announced a new Under Night game, Under Night in Birth 2.
yeah,
So that's gonna be. I mean, there was I think there was a copyright trademark like a couple months back where it's like maybe they're making a new one, but
yeah.
sometimes that happens a lot of the times with certain companies, right?
Hmm.
Because I could have sworn there was a company that copyrighted like a game name or something that was like, oh shit, is that a thing? It's like, no, they're just re-upping the copyright terms or whatever.
Yeah, copyright's a bitch. And it's funny
Mhm.
because like Daniel, I think at the time they announced that you were on the line for Capcom, right?
Yes, I think I was in the Capcom booth, getting my ass kicked by Broly legs. When he suddenly just announced that they were making a sequel for Under Night in Birth.
And Joe and I were in line for
Mortal Kombat 1, I believe.
yeah, I'm wearing the shirt by the way, Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
nice promoting.
yeah.
Are you getting paid by NetherRealm Studios?
No, but Ed Boon, I'm right here. I may not be good at your game, but I'm right here.
Please send him money.
I need the money.
But yeah, no, I think what was even cool about it, not only did they announce it at Evo, but they also had a playable demo at Evo too, which kind of sucks because I kind of missed out on that.
Yeah.
Because I really like Under Night, the latest one, Uniclear
Hmm.
is what they call it. And not only, I think the biggest update is that this will have rollback. Because these are the same guys that make Melty Blood, and Melty Blood rollback was kind of shaky at the start, but they fixed it and it feels great. So I'm fully like on board. Like, oh
He's
yeah.
he's had. But damn. So you're saying is that Under Night got rollback before Dragon Ball?
Oh, that announcement from Bandai. That was like when we were in the line to pick up our badges, right?
Yeah, right. Dan, you were the one who told me about the tweet, right?
Yeah, like I think it was even before we flew into Vegas. They announced that not to expect any kind of updates for rollback netcode quite yet. It's gonna be delayed, and there might be another beta on Steam in the future.
That was the thing because I remember talking about something like we were like, it's still in beta.
Because yeah, it was last year, straight up last year at last year's Evo, where they announced that they were gonna implement rollback to Dragon Ball Fighters. And it's been a year since, and people have been like, okay, I think it was like, like there was a beta, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, that means it's coming soon, right? Right? And then radio silence up until this past weekend, and it's just like, yeah, no, we're gonna have to delay it. Sorry, that's it's just, and it's just like, what the hell?
Fighters can't be happy, man.
No, because I was like, because I really like Dragon Ball Fighters. It just obviously did.
I think we all like Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, like it just the delay
It's a good
based
game.
netcode
Like,
really. Mhm.
I mean,
Go for it, bro.
yeah. No, I was just saying, like, yeah, like we all love Dragon Ball Fighters. It's a great game. It's just it kind of sucks that we have to wait a little bit longer, but
Yeah,
it's just
rollback just not the delay based netcode's not really great,
Yeah.
and we are living in a time of just rollback getting into everything. So that's
Mhm.
that's I would just like to play some Dragon Ball Fighters
Yeah.
on decent online, please.
Mhm.
But jumping on to the other, I guess it's probably big news coming out of
Yeah.
Riot Games because
Mhm.
not only was there a playable demo of Project L, their new fighting game based on League of Legends, they also introduced a new character, Yasuo, this samurai guy who's very popular.
Yeah.
So, and we actually got to play it, all of us. I'm
All
pretty
three
sure,
of
right?
us.
Yeah.
And so it's two. Okay, Dan, how about you tell them the long ass line that we had to deal with and our cutaway into actually being able to play Project L.
so there was two different ways to play Project L. If you wanted to play, one person against another one person, there's this Project L booth that you had to stand in line for, and everyone wanted to try it, and the line was very long. Even wrapped around the booth a few times. But there was also another hidden area in the arcade section of EVO where you could play Project L as well. The difference is though is not only is it on an arcade machine, but you have to be teaming up and working with another person on in a 2v2 game. So yeah, as you know, they found a way where you can still blame your teammate even though if you lost.
And we were lucky to find that too, as I recall.
Yeah, I believe we were just sort of like walking around. We saw the arcade booth, and then we noticed a bit of a line. And I was like, "What are they playing over here? Is it something big like Marvel
Yeah.
or something?" It's like, no, it's Project L, and it's like, I mean, I like that. Like, there's like two ways to play it. Because
Mhm.
for most of the other games, like MK1, Tekken 8, uh, which I mean, we can get into that a little bit later.
Me and Dan can get into that a lot.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you had to get into the lines at the respective booths and stuff. And
Mhm.
honestly, those lines weren't nearly as long, but the Project L line, yeah, it was, yeah, like Daniel said, it wrapped around the booth multiple times, and it's just like, do I really want to stay in that line? And then the only thing I get out of it is probably a little
Lanyard.
lanyard that says, "Hey, I play Project L," or do I just want to jump into the line at the arcade booth, which is definitely shorter, but still a long wait, you know?
Yeah, no, all three of us walked up to the Project L booth hoping to play Project L. And the first thing we see was this enormously long line.
Mm-hmm.
We are not kidding when they say the lines get long. Because, like, we were lucky enough to get into, like, the first people to get into Evo, right? Because when we were waiting in line to get into Evo day one, we were already wrapping around the hotel room.
The whole, like, not even like outside the convention center,
No, 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 no.
like, like we were just like, once we that line was so long and so far, we wrapped around and stuff. Like, we actually woke up early because we knew, like, doors open at 8:30. It's like, all right, let's get some breakfast in, let's get to this line, make sure we don't like miss out on anything, that
Mhm.
sort of stuff. And then after we're done, it was like 7 ish, 7:30 maybe.
Yeah.
When we got there, and it's just like, oh Jesus, there's already, oh my God, holy crap, what is this line?
I mean, you guys heard me scream "Why" so many times.
Every time we kept on being like, is this the end? Oh no, it keeps going. Oh, where's the end of the line? Oh God.
Holy
Like there is no
shit.
end.
There is no end. Daniel was like, at
Like
least
I'm
this
not even
wasn't.
kidding by that. Like I'm not even when they opened the lines and we were starting to get into the door, I saw how long the line extended outside to where we were.
Oh, dude.
I'm pretty sure that line went into the neighboring casinos that are in that whole Mandalay Bay complex. You know, I
No.
feel like it had to, right?
No, I feel like I at least have to stretch to the casinos, right?
Like probably the furthest I saw was like the near the Starbucks stand that was outside the convention center.
No, that long? God
I mean,
damn.
Like the nice thing is that we weren't outside. You know, that was probably the one benefit. Which I mean, to be fair, it's Vegas is a desert, and you don't want to be out there in like 90 degrees.
No, thankfully they gave us water,
90
complimentary
degrees.
water
It was
bottles.
more than 100, dude.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say the desert heat made it 100, but yeah, it's thank God we didn't have to go outside a whole
Holy
lot
shit, that
because
line's
boy,
long.
but yeah, anyways,
Back to Project Al.
yeah, very fun game. It's basically it's a tag team fighter like Marvel One and like I guess Infinite, like that sort of thing where you can switch out fighters, do combos, that sort of thing. Oh, and
Oh no. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿A qué hora? Yeah, ahorita voy. Yeah. Alright. Ahorita paso. Te paso. I gotta go pick up Leslie.
oh wow, really?
Yeah. It's like a 5 minute drive. It shouldn't take me too long.
Oh, okay, so you always want this.
Yeah, well, I can pause it.
Okay, all right, we back. But yeah, no. But the interesting thing about Project L, and the main reason why there was a the line at the arcade booth was, 2v2. Yeah, as Daniel mentioned, like you can play with two people per team, and yeah, sometimes you aren't prepared when stuff happens when your teammate does some dumb things or whatever. Which it's one of those interesting things about a tag fighter where it's like you have to cooperate, right?
Yeah. So it's funny you say you compare it to Marvel's Capcom 1 and Infinite, but there's also a bit of like that Capcom versus SNK 2. And me and Daniel can answer this better. So I don't remember what like maneuver set we chose like for us for when it was you and me playing, but when me and Daniel were playing, we chose the handshake one, right? That was the one.
Yeah, I think it was the handshake method.
Yeah, which were we did not know what the fuck we were doing. I'm just gonna be honest about that. None of us knew. We Daniel's like, let me set this up before I tell you the truth, boy, because we were fucking up a lot in that.
Yeah. Uh, even though even though I took a quick look at the move list, I have no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, because like there's different systems you can have it where you can play it like a traditional Marvel's Capcom game, but there's also like the thing where like you can somehow tag him in a weird. Project L is in the simplest terms, and like Daniel can probably answer this better than I can. Uh, very very simple, but very complex in a lot of ways. Am I right, man?
Look, yeah, just I still got some of the coughs right now, but I'm good. But yeah, I kind of wish I was able to have time to get in line for like where I could play by myself, because yeah, like it's not about having like a playing with a partner, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to get a feel for it when you're just standing on the sidelines watching instead of interacting with it. But for what I
Yeah.
played of Project L, it seemed interesting from what I played so far. So hopefully I can get another chance. Maybe I don't know when, but maybe in a beta in the future or something, so we can actually get I can get a more hands on, playthrough of the game.
hmm Because right now we only have 4 characters out of how many planned?
I have. I don't think they've actually ever said how many characters they were going to release at launch. Heck, we don't even know when this game will launch. We don't even know what this game will be officially named. You know?
Hence Project L.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like
it is kind of one of
it's
those things
probably
where
not
you're
gonna
just
be for
like,
another while.
mhm. Yeah, it might be. Who knows? Maybe another 6 months, maybe another year before we get another character or even like more stuff. But yeah, it's.
Yeah, they're working on a lot of stuff in the background,
Hmm.
but and they're letting us know little by little, which is getting us interested. But I will say, playing it has caught us all a lot more interested into playing this game. What was the next announcement that they made?
Um, I would say probably more like. Granted, it wasn't like a main game at Evo, and I don't think there was a side tournament there, but just more announcements for like other games. Like I believe there was an announcement for like Rivals of Aether, like a new character for Nicktoons All Stars. You know, Plankton will be in the game.
Well, it's a sequel actually,
Yeah, it's a sequel. Yeah.
and that there was a booth for it, wasn't it, Daniel?
Uh, I don't recall. I don't know if there was like a booth or anything for Nicktoons All Stars Brawl, but I did know like they made an announcement there with Hungry Box.
Yeah, Hungry Box was there. We took a photo with him. Nice guy.
Yeah, you just enjoying the sights and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Probably something I guess interesting. I think would be more of your guys' speed because there was a invitational KI Killer Instinct tournament,
Oh yes.
and they announced something at the end of that tournament.
Oh yeah, KI's back, baby. Killer Instinct.
Like after 10 years, it pulls the Skullgirls and makes a new update.
So for those of you who don't know, Killer Instinct came out in 2013. It was an Xbox exclusive, their only exclusive fighting game. Uh, and for those of you who don't know, it did everything right.
Like
It legitimately
when
did
was the last
everything that
update for that game? Like
it was
2015?
in 2017, dude.
Damn.
That was 5 years ago.
Yeah,
We haven't
so
had an update in 5 years.
yeah, 5 years ago that was the last update, and now we're getting a brand new update.
And what is that update, Daniel? For those that don't know.
So don't expect anything crazy, like no new characters, stages or anything like that. But pretty significant stuff though. So it will now be playing in 4K on Xbox Series X and S, and there's gonna be a balance patch with it as well. So some characters might get some refinements as well. So all the people that hates Rash, he's gonna be balanced out. So hopefully Rash isn't
Mm-hmm.
as crazy as he is right now.
Hopefully, but also better matchmaking because there's been
Oh,
a
that's
lot of
right. That's right.
issues. There's been a lot of issues between like a certain because Killer Instinct is also a cross playable, so with Xbox, PC kind of stuff. That mostly it's often shown to be a lot better when it was with Xbox or basically Microsoft centered PC stuff. So the PC side of Xbox, uh, like Game Pass kind of stuff, worked really well with the Xbox, like the console side. When it
Yeah.
came to Steam, though, it was a little more difficult.
Yeah, like it was cool that it was available on Steam as well, but the thing was that uh let's see. You can only do casual matches with Steam users whenever you're playing Killer Instinct Online with crossplay. Uh whenever you're if you playing Killer Instinct on Xbox or on the version from the Microsoft Store on PC, yeah, you can do like casual rank like, like normal, like no issues. But with Steam, it's a little different. So you can only do rank matches with other Steam users, and the only
Hmm.
way with with basically the Microsoft version from Xbox or on the Microsoft Store on PC. Yeah, it's only through casual only, and I think maybe it'll
Yeah,
work the same with the lobbies too. So hopefully
yeah, and
with the new
so
matchmaking update, everything will be more streamlined, and Steam users will be able to enjoy all the crossplay features the same as the Xbox or the Microsoft Store version.
that's kind of where I'm going with. Like they're doing a lot more stuff uh, that's basically making the game more accessible. because the,
Hmm.
the fact that it is that KI, like I said, is did things that was ahead of its time. The rollback, the season passes, um, the content itself, that was always you know Microsoft, right? And as well as Xbox's like key with the game when it came with Killer Instinct. They had all that stuff, the stuff that we are now used to. They were on it before anyone else, especially the rollback, because Killer
Yeah.
Instinct was one of those games with like really, really good rollback. It's like almost like it was
Hmm.
almost industry standard rollback kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um, but like it never got the attention because it was on Xbox, and then basically because it came around the time where like a lot of people were shitting on Xbox. We're like, there's
No,
no
yeah.
kidding, they were really jumping on them because it was around the
Yes.
DRM
For a
policy.
refresher, for people that don't know why they were very critical of Xbox during that time. This was during the Xbox One launch, where one they were trying to enforce, let's see, always online DRM, making sure your console is always connected online. Uh, you can't play used games, you can't share games with your friends or anything like that. They try to enforce the Connect, or else your Xbox cannot be playable if you don't have your Connect, connected to your Xbox, and no one likes a Connect. It was a disappointment. Um, like, see what else. What else was there? Oh yeah, and the PR for the whole incident was awful. I remember what was the guy before Phil Spencer? It was Don Matrick, right?
Yeah, Don Magic. Yeah, no, he
Um, he straight up told people if you do not have internet connections, they do provide a product for those without the internet, and it's called the Xbox 360.
that was not the right thing to say. Because I remember those times.
Like,
It was very tough to be someone who was
you gotta
who
have
was an
balls to
Xbox.
say that to people, man. It's almost as ballsy as for PlayStation whenever they announced that PlayStation 3 was going to be $600, and if you really want to get a second job.
Yeah, I heard. Remember that. Jesus, real balls. But yeah, no, there was a lot of stuff that fought against it, but KI sort of like kind of like coming back from a 2-0 game round set or whatever. I'm losing my terminology today. But like it came back. It came back. It came back on and like supported Xbox for a good amount of time. It's one of the games that I put so much time into. Like I know that game like the back of my hand kind of stuff. It's such a good game, and to see it come back is like so so amazing. I'm so happy, and who knows? Maybe through this update we might get a KI too. I don't know. We'll see. We can only hope so.
I mean, it's always a possibility. I mean, Iron Galaxy came back for the update, so maybe they'll be back for the sequel.
Well, they got time on their hands. Rumbleverse did not work out. Sadly, that game looked really fun. The game looked really fun. What other announcement did they make? Well, I think there was an MK announcement as well.
Yes, this was another MK1 trailer, mainly just showing off, I believe, three new characters: Reptile, Havoc, and Arash. Uh,
Ashra.
so Ashra, yeah, I believe it. Kind of hard to pronounce, but yeah, new trailer. I think obviously Reptile's the highlight because all the MK ninjas are always kind of cool to see how they do them
Yeah.
differently, and at least this time they went kind of like a very interesting approach of having Reptile just being a dude that can, well, a lizard that shapeshifts into a regular dude and
Hmm.
being able to mix and match that gameplay in both, well, transform into a lizard for some attacks and all that stuff. And
Hmm.
Yeah,
it's
like I
really
think
cool
that's
to
what people
see.
always wanted for a long time, because that's what I always wanted. I thought it was cool that like Reptile back in the original like MK games, like he just happened to be a ninja that could transform into like lizards and stuff like that. And suddenly they decided to make him an actual reptile in the newer games. It's kind of cool. I kind of prefer they kept him as a human, so it's kind of cool that they're going back with that approach with the reboot.
Wasn't he related to Onaga in some of the storylines? I don't remember.
Was he?
I don't know.
Like, I think Havoc's a little bit different story wise too, because originally he was from Chaos Realm, but now he's from a different realm.
Mm. They're really going with the reboot.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about our experience with MK1 a little bit later because we did get a chance to play all three of us. But on the other side, the new Fatal Fury game, City of
Yeah.
Wolves.
Last year, they announced SNK announced that they were going to be working on a new game in the Fatal Fury / Garo series, and now we have a title. We actually saw a little bit of the gameplay, and yeah, it looks like. I mean, I think it's gonna be kind of fun.
Yeah, we won't go into too much of it because there's not that much to talk about. But the graphics look very much like an improved version of KOF 15,
Hmm.
so that's gonna be fun. And it's not team based;
Oh yeah.
it's just 1v1, right?
I mean, that's how normally the Fatal Fury games
Oh
work.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's usually how Fatal Fury is 1v1.
And the last Fatal Fury game was technically Garo, Mark of the Wolves, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like 20. No, that was 19. What year was that?
I don't know. I know it's at least I think more than 20 years since the last one.
Yeah, so that should give you guys an idea. We had KOF more longer than we had Fatal Fury.
Well, I mean, I feel like eventually KOF sort of supplanted Fatal Fury as like SNK's main fighting game.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. All right, what's in the next side of the announcements, bro?
We can we can talk about Tekken 8 announcements. Showing off a returning character Raven and also a brand new character.
The Coffee Girl.
Yeah, Azucena
Yeah,
from
Yeah, from
Peru.
Peru.
Peru. No, can I
Like she
just say
talks so
that?
much about coffee, you sometimes would mistake her for Colombian.
Honestly, yeah, I was that I was gonna be like, how is she not Colombian? Isn't that their whole
Well,
thing?
I mean, it's Peruvian coffee.
I guess, but I mean, people like to talk about
I guess
Colombian
that's
coffee
true,
more.
but it's usually Colombia has the best coffee, isn't it?
Yeah, so I just ordered the same thing off of
I
Starbucks
wouldn't
the other
know. I
day.
don't drink coffee myself.
Yeah, I agree with Daniel. I don't really know. I can't weigh in on this coffee debate.
I just get the same thing I get from Starbucks every time. That's just it. But no, yeah, she's really cool. She dodges and weaves, and my only issue though is that translation was really weird.
Yeah, rewatching the trailer, there are some moments where it's like, okay, since I understand a bit of Spanish, and the subtitles are a little off here and there.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, like
weird.
I never really noticed it because they're talking in a language you don't speak, like French, Japanese, Korean, so it doesn't phase you. And then you actually get a Spanish character that speaks Spanish, and it's like that's not what he says. That's not what she actually said, but it's close to.
Yeah, we'll give you points for effort though. Yeah, but Raven's trailer looks cool. He's got nice little shadow clones, which is awesome. But I think the
Hmm.
the, the thing that everyone got away from that was what the hell was up with that stage?
Yeah, it's like a weird like white desert. There's some weird crazy hand things in the background, right?
And then like there's that weird shadow area.
I mean, Tekken. I mean, what's the whole point of the that Infinite Azure stage in Tekken 7? Where the hell is that set?
I don't know. Ask Kingdom Hearts.
I guess fair enough. But no, I think and we did get to actually play a bit of Tekken 8 as well.
Yes, and and that will also be with like with MK1. We'll talk about that towards the end
Hmm.
because we can go on about that gameplay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I guess the probably the next big thing was from Guilty Gear. Not only are they doing for season 3, not only are they doing balance improvements and new battle mechanic stuff to the game, adding new moves to certain characters like May jumping off of a dolphin, which I mean,
The collective no and groans I've heard on the EVO stage was hilarious.
yeah, as someone who's
I,
messed
my
around with
heart
May,
dropped when I saw that, man. I was like, nah. But
Like I was
I
looking at
felt a little
Daniel,
bit
right?
better seeing Faust's new moves.
We were watching the trailer. And I looked at Daniel when that happened, and like the smile immediately went to frown. Like not in an instant, but it was like just a slow dive into sadness. But the good part of the trailer was we got Johnny.
yeah, Johnny comes back. He's the next character for season 3, along with 3 more characters showing up, I believe.
Hmm. Yes, three more characters, a total of four,
Hmm.
which is I think less than last season's.
Yeah, because season 2 started off with Bridget, and then you got Sin.
Bedman
Yeah,
and Oscar.
no, it's about the same then.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking of season one.
Yeah,
Season one. Let me see. Gold Lewis, Biken. What was the others?
Happy Chaos,
Happy
Testament.
Chaos, Testament, and Jacko. No, Testament was in
Yeah.
season two.
Was Testament season 2?
Yeah.
No, season one.
Nah.
Someone's got to double check. I'll fact check. Keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, Johnny looks cool. Obviously, he's always been a cool character in Guilty Gear. I can't wait
Yeah.
for people to see. Oh my God, this guy's cool, and then realize, oh God, what the hell? How do I play this man? Why is it so difficult to do all these cool things? Because that's what I've always gathered from Johnny is that yeah, he's a cool dude with awesome shades and hat and like a samurai sword. But if you wanna if you wanna play optimally, you gotta like grind it out. You know?
Yeah. Not only does he throw coins at you, he now throws playing cards.
Yeah. Fully. I think that's an interesting mechanic. Honestly, I want to because
All right, so we're getting costumes that we always thought about. Uh, they don't look. They all look pretty good. They all look pretty good. I'm not gonna deny 'em. DJs look good. I think Marissa and Jerry's gonna be the most popular ones, though.
I mean, Jerry's costume's gonna sell a lot. I mean,
Jerry's
that's
is gonna sell.
I mean,
Hmm.
ready for that.
Yep. Well, I'm waiting for Chung Lee's 5 costumes to come out at the end of the year.
It's true. I don't know who's gonna have more costumes this game though, because I think Chun Li and Jerry were pretty much tied. I think, right? I don't know.
Now, like
We
Jerry
want
had
to say
more.
Jerry had more.
No, I feel like she had like the most costumes out of anyone combined.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise
It
me.
was surprising. I feel like Manon might be up there though too. Marissa as well. Out of all the new, well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Jerry's. I mean, you saw that Street Fighter 6 comic book cover, right?
They're gonna they're gonna be able to have enough money for Street Fighter 7 with all the Jerry costumes they're gonna sell.
Oh yeah. All right, so that's all the announcements. Obviously, since this was our first Evo, let's talk about our experience there. Obviously, we played some games. We talked about Project L already. MK1. How'd you guys feel about it?
Hmm.
I like it. I like it. I know some people were complaining MK11 was still a bit too slow for their taste. I personally thought it was fine, but I definitely noticed like it does plays a little bit more faster in this one compared to 11.
Yeah, I always felt like Mortal Kombat 11 was always like held back by a lot of stuff. Like it felt a little too heavy for me, especially when I was trying to do combos. But this one is just like smooth and buttery in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the one thing I remember was like the main thing with MK11 that I always found kind of uh, holding it back was the variation system. So they had that in MKX, right? But in MK11, it felt like it was they went even further in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get the idea of like, oh, you can just pick and choose whichever moves you want, whichever you feel more comfortable. But it's like it feels more fun if you have everything accessible,
Yeah,
right? They're trying to build like loadouts essentially, which I don't know. I think that's always was like the big thing for me, and also the movement. And playing MK1, it's nice to have that freedom again to do just a bunch of stuff, as well as just how fast paced it feels. You know,
yeah,
like I had a lot of fun with it because I think how many characters was it for the demo we had to play? Because I think it might have been like what 4 or 5.
no, there's
I
four
think it was
characters
just
and
four,
four characters and 4 cameos.
Oh, okay. Because I remember playing Sub Zero and Layman.
Layman, Liu Kang.
and then Johnny Cage.
Then who's the fourth one?
Wasn't it Kenshin?
Yeah, Kenshin. Kenshin. That's right. That's right. Yeah, they all played pretty good. And yeah, no, guys, if you're an MK fan, yeah, be excited because that was a lot of fun. Yeah, Tekken 8. So Joe, you got to play with a rando.
Yeah, because I believe they were eventually splitting the line between people who wanted to play on stick and people who played regular controllers.
Yeah, bad.
Pad. Me and this, and you had to be. They were pairing you up,
Mm.
stuff, and you guys got paired up. I got paired up with a rando, and we decided, hey, the line for Pad's shorter. Let's just jump in there because we didn't much have a preference.
Yeah.
And I will admit that was probably one of the most fun times I had playing a video game in quite a while
Mm-hmm.
because we were both a very like similar skill level. Just we're kind of just noobs and we don't know what the hell we're doing, so we're just gonna mash. And yeah, Tekken 8 felt a lot of fun. Um, I think you had the same characters as like the closed network test they had about like a couple days ago before Evo.
Yeah.
I believe that they had the same roster of
Yeah. Sounds about
characters.
right.
Uh, but yeah, no, it felt fun. It felt more aggressive, which I think that was the whole point of Harada was like
Mm-hmm.
very much saying I wanted it less focused on the defense and more like
Mhm.
offensive options and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, I definitely felt that. It felt really fun and nice to play. You guys had a very interesting experience, I believe, right?
Yeah. They were looking for people to play on the main stage, and me and Daniel were just happened to be next, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's go."
No, yeah, like they had us like in two separate lines. If you want to play with a gamepad, be in this line. You want to use a
Yeah,
fight stick, get in this line. And we just happened to got picked.
yeah. And like we went up there. I know Daniel wanted to play Marshall, but I was like, dude, we're up here. We're the first ones. We got to do that cool intro of Lars and Jin doing the fist bump.
Like, I really wanted to play as Marshall Lee, but I did it just because you really wanted to do that cool cutscene.
And granted, you know what? We did pretty good. We gathered a crowd, and they were watching it. I think even one of the developers from Street Fighter was up there, was watching us.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, Takayama.
No, I didn't
Takayama-san.
see.
Dude, I saw him and I called him out immediately when I was walking. I was like, Takayama-san. I was like that. And he was like, hey. Just
Damn, how
waved
did
at
I
me.
miss that?
Because you were already sitting down, I think. I don't know. Yeah, but we put up a good fight. It was high because we both didn't know what the fuck we were doing, but it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I won't lie. I think when I was done with my set, because I didn't think me and the rando were kind of just like, how many games do we play? Because it's I don't know, is it one and done? We just played a best of three, and afterwards, when we got out, I was like looking for you guys. I'm like, okay, are they still in there? And I just happened to like turn and look. I'm like, what the hell? How'd you guys get on stage? What sort of Mr. Magoo like scenario did you guys get? Like, how'd you guys get up there?
I mean, they just saw two handsome lugs and like, you guys look good for stream. Go for it.
But yeah, I am excited about Tekken 8.
Yeah,
I think I'll have more fun with this than Tekken 7.
yeah. And to answer some of your questions, we did also compete. Uh, I technically went 2-2 at Street Fighter. I mean, the guys I was going up against DQ'd. So, but I got two. I mean, whatever. But I also competed in Killer Instinct. There was a community tournament that I earned my 2-2, and I'm very happy about that. What about you? And you, Joe? You also competed in Street Fighter.
I played in the Street Fighter tournament as well as King of Fighters and the Blaze Blue tournament. I will just say I did the best I could, and I wouldn't be here on the podcast if I won in any of those tournaments. So.
And Daniel, how did you do?
Let's see, Street Fighter, not so good. I also competed in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax in the community side. Did a little better, but still got knocked out. And then KI is probably the best I'd done. And it probably helped because there was only like maybe 20 of us, right?
Yeah, that did
Yeah,
help.
so KI did the best overall, even though like I didn't do as great as I hoped in Street Fighter or Persona, like I still had fun.
Yeah, I think that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are wondering about Evo and thinking about going, I say go for it. It's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of cool people, and there's a lot of stuff to do outside of you competing in whatever said tournament you want to compete in. There's a lot of community tournaments. The arcade room was awesome. Um, the shops were great. We got a lot of cool stuff there.
Oh yeah,
But
like
yeah, it's
we got
yeah
we got so much freebies, man. Like they gave us
posters,
so much
anime.
free shirts.
Yes, so many free shirts. We made the joke is like, why do we even pack shirts for this trip?
I don't know if we just got lucky. We went to EVO where they were just giving out a bunch of free shirts, or that's usually the norm. But yeah, like I don't know how many free shirts I got in from the weekend.
Yeah,
I will say, like you said, even if you're not competing, obviously it's just an interesting experience to go as just a spectator. I feel.
hmm
Um, Heck, I mean, there was like developer panels. I'm pretty sure as well,
yeah.
where developers talk about the
Yeah,
game.
and
Yeah, so it's an interesting experience to do that.
hmm
yeah, and there's some new stuff that you could try out too. Like I think it was Junk Food Arcade, right? Like the guys behind the Snack Box Micro. They
Yeah,
were making a new type of controller called I think it's called Swirl. I had to
yeah.
double check on that.
No,
But
it's called
basically,
Swirl.
it's imagine a snack box controller, but it's also made to play other games outside of fighting games. So you could use it to play Spider-Man on PS5 or maybe Dead by Daylight on PC or even Elden Ring. They actually had a challenge going on during on Saturday where if you could beat an Elden Ring boss using their new controller, you could get a snack box for free.
And
And
Daniel was like, I'm not doing that.
weird because, like, yeah, you're playing a weird little hitbox like controller to play Spider-Man or Elden Ring. But when you actually like try it out and see how it plays, it actually plays pretty good.
Yeah, it's yeah, like I said, it's almost a con, but at the same time, it's a very like interesting experience. I recommend everyone to go. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun, even if you're not competing. There's still a lot of cool stuff around there. But yeah, I think that's about it for today. Um, yeah, if you enjoyed what you heard, be sure to follow us on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. At Geek Centurions, we're most active on Instagram, where you find a link to a podcast. All the podcasts that we're first part of, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, all the like, YouTube, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Patreon is there for the support. And yeah, EVO 2023 was awesome. I would totally love to go to 2024. We'll see, because like I said before, this is very last minute.
Like, we might even go to EVO Japan.
Okay, don't make promises, man. Don't make
Like,
promises. I can't
that's
do.
it. We might. Never said we will.
Fair enough. But anyways, with
It's
me, your
it's a
boy
good
Eli.
might too because apparently Giona says it's cheaper to go there than in Vegas.
I feel like it might be right.
Yeah,
Like compared to how much, and this is just me like thinking about yen to USD conversions. You can probably buy a lot more. You pay for a lot more with a US dollar than with yen. You know, it's one of those things.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, it's been me, your boy Eli.
You see,
Me,
and your
Joe.
boy Daniel.
You guys have a good one. Peace.